Welcome to Battle of the Brews.
In this tournament-style series, we will be comparing and judging beers from 16 of Richmond's best local breweries. A single elimination bracket was created for the tournament, and rankings are based on each brewery's Google reviews. In each round of the tournament, a type of beer will be selected. The best-selling beer of that type from each brewery will compete head-to-head, based on a blind taste test prepared by our unpaid, but elite interns. Winning breweries will move to the next round, and losers will be eliminated. The brewery that survives elimination through all 4 category rounds will win the coveted title of champ. Just as a disclaimer, we are not beer experts, and our judgments are opinion-based.
From the cats who brought you episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the Brews comes a funky episode 5 so bad you gonna say, damn, that's funky.
Hey everybody, just so you know, this is going to be beer number 1 and beer number 2.
Alright, what are we starting off with?
Beer number 1.
A cloudy yellow beer.
Makes sense.
One thing I noticed, which is kind of weird, is you know that video we were watching the other day and the guy's talking about how a good beer has a rocky head to it?
Yeah. Is that rocky?
None of these beers seem to have very much of a head.
No, this is like foam.
Could be because we waited a little long, but I don't know.
This is paler than all the other pale ales that we have.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's actually more traditional.
This looks like
Actually-
hydrated urine.
And also,
Yeah.
these two, for once, aren't super stark contrast.
Yeah.
Guess what? I can smell this one.
Yeah, I can
Ooh,
smell.
wow.
You can smell the hops on
I
it.
can smell this.
So would we say that it's more likely for us to be able to smell one of these beers when it has an excess amount of hops?
Ooh,
Is that
maybe.
Yeah.
observation we can say for sure?
Yeah.
Just use it.
Beer number 1.
Beer number 1. So
Oh.
leave them hanging.
That's nice and light. I actually enjoy that. What do you
Yeah.
think? Like you mentioned,
Yeah.
the Legend Hazy Days IPA that we had was really light and had good flavor.
Yeah.
I think I like this one better.
It's lighter then.
It's
It's
lighter,
a little less flavorful, lighter.
but it's so smooth.
Yeah.
So well balanced.
Lemony hops. That's really all I can say. Got a little bit of lemon.
Yeah, I think
Something that
so.
looks like lemon.
The lemon, how it kind of refreshes up your water. I'm getting kind of the same thing with this. It's and honestly, the hops isn't too overwhelming. So
Yeah, it's muted, but not too muted.
Has anybody ever had a Radler, beer and lemonade mixed together?
Yeah, Sam
Natterday?
Adams does that.
yeah, it's the net.
Yeah.
Not a Natter Day. Natter Day. is
Not a
not-
Natter.
Well, yeah.
I went to Munich, and there they have a ton of Radlers, and lemonade mixed with German beer is delicious. This is kind of like an IPA version of a Radler.
My hand from
So-
from the photograph.
Anything out of the blue unique that you guys have found with it?
No, but also that's where I have my criticism. There's
So-
nothing unique
Well,
about it.
the uniqueness is in the smoothness. It's
Yeah.
just so easy and light to drink.
It's better balanced than a lot of other light IPAs that we've had. Beer number 2.
And just
Nothing.
like with stuff that's more hazy,
Nothing.
usually you smell more
I
fruit
smell
to it.
nothing.
Yeah, more.
I
It's
smell nothing.
Really?
I smell.
Even big nostril boys smell nothing?
Dude, my fat nostrils are getting plugged up today.
You know what it might be? I think when you have a beer that is purely hops, not much fruit, you can smell the hops. But when you cover it up with sweetness, you can't smell the hops as much, and honestly, it just mutes the smell.
It's muted like a honeysuckle patch. Hopefully the taste is better than the smell. Sorry for that cheers, boys.
Yeah, it's gross.
There's that bite.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah!
There's that bite.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah!
Nah,
It's got a bite, but it doesn't have much else.
That tastes like 4 beers I've had at this same table.
So, and I guess if you could describe it in 10 words or less, the taste.
Gross.
Gross.
Overwhelming hops for no reason. There's no hops and then an additional nice flavor profile.
I'm from the 757.
Despite the more hazy appearance of this, it really doesn't jump out in any kind of fruity way. Mostly, I'm just getting more hops than the last beer.
There's a residue at the bottom.
I think they literally just took a fruit and squeezed it out into this, but it's not enough because they added so much more hops that all you can taste is the hops. Beer number 1 was a very well-balanced beer, And this beer, they're clearly trying to emphasize the hops, like much more.
That's an interesting thing because all three of you have said that it's got a ton of hops to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I didn't see that. Like I thought it was kind of on a similar level of that one. Maybe because it has more flavor elsewhere, I can't taste hops as much. But I found that interesting just because I thought there was almost less on the hops in the other one.
I want to say about this. This is nice. It's a damn good beer. I mean, it's
Damn good.
It's a
yeah.
deep-
damn good beer. This fits into the category of damn good beer. I don't necessarily like the fruits in IPAs. I like more of like the hops and the bitterness. And this is a perfect beach drinking beer in my opinion.
Okay, so what I would say about this beer, once Zach's done picking his nose, is that it's fruitier and it's hoppier. So I think that it kind of cancels each other out, and not exactly in a good way. The hops I don't taste as much. Maybe everybody has different taste buds. Like I don't taste hops as much, and I don't taste much fruitiness. But it's still a little thicker. It's not as smooth.
I'll give this a 9. I usually don't like IPAs. I really like the lemony smoothness we talked about. I would drink this.
Dude, I totally drink this.
I give this an 8 because I kind of like how refreshing it is. You don't really get that with IPAs. Like you could take this beer to the beach, drink it all day on the beach, and I feel like you wouldn't feel overly dehydrated or overwhelmed on your palate. So yeah.
This is I would agree with that. It's a very beachy IPA, which is something that I haven't seen.
Summer beer.
It's a beachy IPA.
Okay, so y'all are gonna hate me. Honest opinion, I give this like a 4. It's just kind of bland to me. I mean, smooth. Yeah, I can agree in that aspect that it is smooth, and you know,
What do you think it means?
it needs like that extra bite to it, like that IPA bite. This just more hops. Yeah, it's just kind of, yeah, but also
Opinion is bad, and you should feel bad.
yeah, you know, I give it a 4. It's very hard to articulate, other than the fact that it just needed an extra bite, and that bite comes in the form of more hops.
I would give this beer a 7.5. I remember Zach mentioning that it's about a previous beer that it was a IPA living in his parents' basement.
Yeah.
This is kind of a similar thing going on. It's not mature enough.
Not fully grown.
Yeah, it's not an IPA. Its identity is elsewhere.
That last sip there, I can taste the alcohol in it. Like,
Which is a sign
I
of not
al-
a very well-made beer.
I almost
know,
got a
that's-
little burn, like from that last sip. I just
You
had.
should not be able to taste the alcohol in an IPA. IPAs are supposed to have so much flavor that you don't even realize that you're getting as drunk as you're getting.
I was at a 4, and I just took down to a 2 on that last sip.
I don't have any problems with this beer, honestly. Like, I mentioned that there's a lot of hops sticking out, but it's not so much hops that it's unbearable. I kind of can enjoy this beer. I'd be able to sip on it, so I'm gonna give this a 6.5. It's not blowing me away, but I don't have any problems with it.
Yeah, I like this beer. It's like I mentioned earlier, it's something I would drink on the beach. It is kind of everything I want in an IPA, and there's that bite that was missing in the first beer. So I'm gonna give this an 8.
So I would give this beer a 5.5. So you have, your silver medal. It's good, but it's not quite as good as like a gold medal. Let's say you had like two guys, one is more attractive than the other, and then a girl was going after him like the whole night. But then again, she has to settle for option 2.
Quite
It's still a silver medal, but
Yeah.
it's
Quite
just not
familiar.
quite as good. Not exactly what she
I'd
wanted.
give 5.5, like a bronze, maybe 4th place medal.
Yeah.
Based on real events.
What?
What?
Okay.
So anyway, that's all, folks.
After we gave out ratings, our unpaid interns revealed the identities of the beers. Beer number 1 was IPA X from our number 12 seed Ardent Craft Ale. Beer number 2 was Falcon Smash from our number 5 seed Triple Crossing Beer. In a close but decisive win, IPA X beat Falcon Smash, winning 28.5 to 22. Our opinions on these IPAs did not reflect the rankings we created for the breweries. Unfortunately, Triple Crossing, you have poured your last beer, and you have been eliminated. Ardent Craft will be moving on to the Porter Finals, where it will face off with the winner of the Midnight Brewery and Three Notch Brewery matchup. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe.